Good to go. Great. Alrighty.
All right, we are live. You want to share your screen, Aiden, or should I share?
Yeah, I'm happy to share my screen. Alrighty. And here I'm going to admit all of these great folks into the chat. Welcome, all you amazing people. How's it going, everybody? Thank you so much for showing up. Great to have you here, Chad, Kartik. Who else do we got going on? Gi, Kevin, Ken Adams. Great to see you here, Ken. Thank you so much for showing up, everybody. I hope you all are doing fantastic. We're going to hop into the Town Hall 11th presentation. Hey, Chad, I hope you're doing awesome. For those of you that don't know, Chad is a super cool fellow in the space who we had the pleasure of seeing at the Cardano Summit out in Wyoming. So it was really fun kind of getting to party with him a little bit, have some fun, meet some cool people, all that fun stuff. But anyways, hopping on into it. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up. This is the Player Mint Town Hall number 11. Kind of awesome that we've gotten, kind of this far down in terms of these weekly presentations, bringing you all updates. So let's head on right into it. Introductions.
Hey everybody, I'm Grant Scholl. I'm the CEO of the team building Player Mint. I just recorded a bunch of interviews with different podcasts like Kaizen, Crypto, and Learning Cardano that should be coming out in the next couple of days. So if you want to hear more about what I'm up to and what the team is up to and stuff, look out for those, and I'm sure we'll post them on our channels as well.
Awesome. And then on my side of things, I'm Aiden Rankin Williams. I kind of work on the experience side of Player Mint, making sure that once the product launches, you all are going to have a nice fun time with it, as opposed to less than enjoyable experience. And a little background on me, I'm a big gamer, love crypto, been in it for, at least in crypto terms, what seems to be a considerable amount of time. Founded Player Mint with Grant back in 2018, and I got to work for Emergo in 2019, which was pretty cool to kind of work for a Cardano affiliated organization. But moving forward, another team member that we have on here but doesn't have an introductory side is Josh. Josh is a super cool fellow working on kind of the growth management front. So Josh, if you want to say a quick word, or we can kind of just keep moving along. Kind of put you on the hot seat real quick.
Yeah, no worries. What's up, guys? I'm Josh. They don't have a slide for me, and I don't think I can use my video, but it's no worries at all. So I'm basically a growth manager for Player Mint, and that's going to be, involved in marketing and sales. So, I just started, so I know, a lot of people have been asking questions about marketing and things like that. We are definitely looking forward to getting as much content out as possible, and, just doing a good job with it. So, I'm a huge gamer, just like Aiden, been gaming my whole life. So I'm super excited to be working with these guys. They're awesome. And, yeah, so that's just a little bit about me.
Awesome. Hey, thank you, Josh. Put you on the hot seat real quick, but diving right on into it. I'm super excited for this, everybody. We have these founder NFTs are kind of on the horizon for Player Mint, and that is going to be kind of the meat of the town hall. And Grant's going to be, has been leading that charge, so he's going to kind of lead the presentation of that today. But I'm going to start off with a little bit of a development update, so you know where we're at in terms of the actual product launch. Then we'll hop into that founder NFT stuff, Cardano Craft, which if you don't know, that's going to be a super fun, exciting way that we're trying to implement Cardano into Minecraft. And then our Fund 6 proposals, so what we're doing in Project Catalyst. And then Charlie 3, our buddies over there, hit us up about an Apex Legends tournament. So something to have on the horizons for a little bit of play to earn action. And then we were supposed to have a spotlight presenter from Aiden Ninjas, but it seems like their schedule might have gotten a little loaded up. They recently did a mint of their NFTs. So maybe they either needed some sleep or they needed a little bit of time to kind of organize their community, make sure everyone got their NFTs that they paid for. But hopping right on into it, dev update. I'm super excited to say, everybody, that Scrum Launch, our design-based development group, we have two. One is on the code base, one is on the design. Scrum Launch's design, MLabs is code base, and the design aspect of it is pretty much all wrapped up. I got the final slides and images of what the mobile side of the Playermint application will look like on Friday. So those are kind of all wrapped up. I did a full sweep with Grant and everything looked really good to go. So design phase is pretty much done. And on the actual kind of minting stage, MLabs, who you see up there on the left, is actually working on us on our development front. And they currently are, their first step into working with us is helping us with kind of the back end of the minting, of course, with the NFT Maker Pro solution, and helping us with that. And then as soon as we kind of finish up this minting solution, they'll help us with the actual kind of product code-based development. But I think this is where I headed over to Grant, as well as Annie Weatherwax and Michael, who kind of have some really fun stuff to talk about regarding the founder NFTs.
Yeah, so we had a great conversation with MLabs and Patrick at NFT Maker, and we synced together and made sure that our plan was clear on how we were going to execute on the sale, and that it was going to be safe for everybody, and just mapped out all the logistics so that we know we could do it properly. So in that meeting, we came down to the sale date being on the 23rd, and a lot of the logistics of how it would work. So we're going to have some ADA addresses that you'll send the funds to mint the NFTs, and we'll have those both on the website and then also across our social media. So it won't just be on the website. If you want to also go to Twitter or in our Discord, we'll be posting it to make it super easy for people to access. And so Annie and Michael helped tremendously with the design of the artwork. They're two amazing people. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the artwork so that we can have that playing in the background while Michael and Annie talk about the process. So I'm going to share my screen. So there's both a green and a purple, and I'm gonna open the floor up to Andy and Michael just to freely talk about whatever they want to talk about in regards to the design work.
I think it's interesting if Annie tells us a little bit about it, because she was the one who designed the graphics that are on each side of the cube that are very interesting, and I'd like to hear about the process.
Yeah, we sort of in our initial meeting discussed kind of fractal patterns and how they work, and we figured that it would be a good fit for Playermint. And so the moving animations are something that I created. I did it how I do most everything, which is first I sketch a bunch, and I'll just show you. I'm just going to hold this up. These are just some of my initial sketches for this project. You can see how the work was kind of taking shape over time. And then I played around with a bunch of different applications on my iPad. And then eventually I brought the project over to Keynote, which is this very basic but extremely powerful program. It's an Apple program, and came up with these designs. Then I sent the files over to Michael, and he did his magic with it. So yeah, I could probably, if if you want, Grant, I can share my screen and show you guys the initial designs.
Yeah.
So then you
That
can
would be
see,
awesome.
you can see like the, you know, so let's see, I'm gonna share my screen.
So I'm gonna hurry before someone draws some poop on the screen.
Okay. Wait, can you guys see my screen? Okay, here we go, share. There we go. Let's see. So these are
Whoa.
the initial designs. So there's that one and this one. And I tried to, I love that green color. It just does something so cool up against the black. So, yeah, I think this was one of the, oh, this one I really like because it blurs and then kind of
Yeah.
comes back into focus. So anyway, these were what I came up with. This was my part of the project. And then Michael did something that completely blew my mind with it. So I'm gonna not stop sharing my screen, and then maybe Michael can take it over from here. And I'm happy to chime in if anybody has any questions.
Take it away, Michael.
All right, so Annie created this graphics, this awesome graphics. And when we had our meetings and stuff, Grant was always talking about having the cube, and the cube being the founder NFT, and having sort of a sci-fi look to it. And I took it to Blender. I recently, actually, like a few months ago, I began working with 3D modeling. So this was a pretty cool thing that I got to do here. And then, like, looking at the colors of everything, I thought that it would look awesome if it had like this glow thing going on, and it would get the sci-fi look we talked about. But I also wanted to imprint something that sort of has my identity to it. And I'm mostly a painter before being a person who works on 3D modeling. So my paintings always have this sort of dilapidated look, sort of like an abandoned place or something like that. So what I tried to do here was get this sort of grungy look that worked with the sci-fi idea and having this glow and having the like vivid colors and stuff like that, that would match what Annie created on her graphics. And basically that's it. I tried to get that rough vibe going on, but at the same time with a spacey and sci-fi look out there. And it took a while to actually get to this. We made some changes here and there. I relayed the cube to Grant, and then he got me some other ideas. And in the end, we got to this. It's a little shiny around the cube as well. That looks pretty cool. Has some steam coming off that pit where it's floating above. And yeah, it was a very, very fun process to me, and I really loved being a part of it. I'm very, very proud of what we accomplished here in the end. Very happy with it.
Michael, can you talk a little bit about like how you managed to rotate that cube so beautifully?
Well, like, since Blender works on a 3D space, I basically fixed the camera in one point.
Okay.
the one that we're seeing, and the cube just rotates in 3D. So I basically rotated a cube and got the camera still. So this way we see each side of it for some frames. And yeah, I can actually show it in Blender.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I would love
And
to, I'd love to see that.
we can see it from other angles. Let me just open the project here.
Let me know when you're ready to share your screen.
All right, just 1 second. Okay, let's do this. I'll share here.
Should be good to go.
Here we go. So basically, this is the cube. Are you guys seeing it?
Yeah,
It doesn't look as pretty here because
yeah.
it's not like rendering the way it renders on the final version, because it takes a while, but I can change it here and it will look a little more similar to what we see.
Oh, that's even cool.
This is basically it.
Wow.
So you can see it behind the scenes.
How did you get the kind of like the steam look to come out at the bottom?
Oh, that's a Blender feature of like it's called volumetrics. And with that, you can create smoke, fire, steam, any sort of thing like that. So that's how I did it. Actually, it's not showing here because in order to be able to, manipulate it and don't have my computer crash, I disable some stuff. But if I enable everything and like on the render it shows, but it just doesn't show here on the preview, just so I can move everything and do it without, crashing basically.
Yeah.
What is the process like of taking Annie's motion graphics and putting them on each side of the cube like that?
So when Annie sent me the files, they are video files. So for this to work here, what I did was basically make the video files a bunch of still images, like each frame a separate image. And then you can load them up as an object here on Blender, each of those set of frames. And when you animate it, you can determine how many frames you want for the full animation and stuff like that. And
Wow.
then the frames just go sequentially.
The final file though is a movie file, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Huh, wow, interesting.
So when it's gonna be hard to see here because it's not rendered, but we can kind of see how the graphics are moving in the background. Like whenever I advance the frames, a different frame comes up here, and all of them are actually moving all the time. So even the faces that are not visible by the camera at that point, they are still moving.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
wow.
And then they had that black background, which became like a transparency here. So I made a very dark background for them, so they could still have the same aesthetic that Annie had envisioned, but at the same time have some kind of texture behind them to make them look more integrated with the cube. And I had this thought of making them look like a holographic projection on the cube. And that's what I was aiming for when I did this.
Awesome.
That's basically it. That's
Yeah,
how
amazing
the
job.
cube-
I mean, I've never been able to see kind of at least the creation of the artwork on the NFT side of things. Like you kind of see the end result of it, but what does it look like when you're actually designing it in some sort of piece of software? It just looks so cool. So I really appreciate you two kind of sharing the process
Yeah.
of actually going through that all, and like what it's like behind the scenes is, I think, is really, really cool.
Yeah, and it's interesting. It went from, a conversation to this technology. Remember
Yeah.
this? It's a pencil. Um,
One of those old things. Yeah.
One of these old things to this really, dynamic piece of artwork. So, yeah, it's really cool to take things, create something out of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and move it through so many different types of technology is really cool.
Before I kind of continue down the list of things that people are going to get with the NFT from a utility standpoint, do you guys want to just talk a little bit about what you guys have going on other than the Playermint NFTs in the art world, whether that be other NFT projects or just general art in general, or just talk about yourselves a little bit, I think would be cool.
Talking
Yeah.
about me and Michael.
Both of you.
Okay. I'm about ready to go on this incredible, I got this fellowship. So my background is both as a visual artist and a writer. Most recently, I've been kind of doing these animated cartoony kind of things. And the James Stevenson Foundation. James Stevenson was a prolific and longtime New Yorker cartoonist who was married to Josie Merck of the Merck Family Foundation. And they've created this institute for artists, writers, and scholars who are interested in the relationship between image and language. It's affiliated with Yale. They've built this incredible modern structure up on a hill in Greenwich, Connecticut. And they've just asked me to be their first fellow. So I'm going there for a month. There'll be some press around it. And, you guys should feel free to use the press. I don't know if you want to cross pollinate like that, but I'm about to go off and be a fellow there for a month, where I will be working on some more animations. Probably I'm in the middle of writing a book, and then also have a concept for a children's book, which I also hope that will become a digital piece of work too. So that's what I've been up to.
That's so cool. Have fun at the fellowship. That sounds like an amazing achievement.
No, it's gonna be amazing. Yeah, it's I don't know, I'm anticipating meeting a lot of really cool people. I'm gonna get a tour of the Beinecke Library at Yale and probably give some kind of online artist talk at the end of my stay. Yeah, it's very cool. And this, this whole new world of NFTs and, Grant has kind of opened my mind and to the whole space. And I'm super excited about that. I'm going to continue to create and sell NFTs. So yeah, it's all just so much fun, and I'm glad to share that with you. So Michael, what have you been up to?
Whoops. Currently, I have a drop that started this week that I created a few sort of Halloween themed paintings. I think they look pretty nice, and only 65 total assets are available from 5 different paintings. So each painting has a different run number. And yeah, it went live on Wednesday, I think. And it's nearing sold out, nearing selling out now. There's about 20 of them still left from the 65. And that's what's happening right now. But I'm also working on like 2 different collabs with artists from the Cardano NFT space. And also for the medium term future, there's a project that I cannot really talk about much, but it's going to be sort of like a VR museum that's going to
Whoa.
feature different artists, and I'm gonna be part of it like as a curator, but also as an artist. So I think that's gonna be really fun, but still gonna take like a couple months to to be out there.
That's super
And
exciting.
yeah, I think it's going to be very, very great, and a lot of other very cool artists from this space are going to be a part of it, and I'm very excited for that. And for next month, I also aim to drop another one of my like main collections. I had dropped one early September, and I'm also working on that. So basically every day I'm spending all of my hours on creating art and new ideas and new cool things we can do with NFTs and this new world we have now available for all of us.
Yeah, well, the world comes together on Cardano. I think they captured that. They captured that well. I mean, how cool is it that you get to pursue a passion towards art, and you get to create some sort of
Yeah.
profitable means in which you can walk away with your livelihood, and other people can walk away with your beautiful art, and everyone can walk away happy and display something that not only they can enjoy for themselves, but they can also present to an audience that can grow to become millions upon millions of users, because it's all people in the digital world. So doing things with like these VR art galleries, which I've seen some examples of them on Ethereum, I've seen some on Cardano. I just think that's so cool that everything's kind of presenting itself, and adoption is occurring, and the infrastructure towards actually displaying the art to wide amounts of people at once is kind of slowly being built. But how cool.
Yeah, that's just totally insane, like I would never imagine that we would be at this point right now, being able to do this. It's crazy. And it's also cool that at the same time as we're having all this digital thing happening, in the past 2 months, I started also selling a few physical pieces too.
Very cool.
They're all one of ones, and I have mailed them all over the world at this point. I had pieces going to Sweden, to the US, to Canada, to Israel, to like all those different places, and that's just insane, to think that my creations have gone that far, and it's all because of this, being able to have this kind of exposure on all these new platforms, and I don't know, it's surreal.
Yeah, a good word for it.
Do you think about connecting the physical with the digital, Michael?
Sorry, Grant, what did you say?
Do you think about connecting the physical with the digital?
The way I see it right now is like the physicals I sent, they also have NFT counterparts. So the NFT, in my view, in this case, works like as a certificate for the physical piece, because it's the same art, the same name, and it has all the characteristics that the physical possesses, like the technique used, the size of it, and it clearly states that it is connected to a physical piece in a way. So I don't know how, like, if the buyer from one of those works would want to sell it. I don't know if they would also sell the physical along with the NFT. I think that would be the right way to do that, but well, that's not up to me at this point. But my idea was that those two things would always be connected to each other, both the NFT and the physical artwork.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Cool. So obviously we have some amazing artwork that's gone into the Playermint Founder NFT project. And what's really cool is with NFTs, it makes it programmable art where we can attach a lot of utility to it to also give access and different features that it unlocks to the collectors. So we brainstormed on a lot of different ways that we could provide additional value, and we see these as also like a community collection where the collectors get special access within the Playermint community. So just running through some of the utility that you get with the art. So first, access to the Playermint core product. So you'll be able to join early, sort of like a pre-release to experience the platform for a few reward epochs, which also means you'll get first access to earn and buy PMX, the token of Playermint, which is a huge value add. You'll get a founder profile on playermint.com. First access to future NFT drops. So if we do a PFP collection or maybe like we collaborate with a game and we drop assets into the community, founder only tournaments. So we're gonna continue to be running tournaments, and we'll run tournaments that are just for the founder collectors. Access to a Cardano craft treasure hunt, which I'll get more into here in a second. And first access to mint land in Cardano craft. And so we're going to continue to add value to the founder NFTs as Playermint continues to evolve. And that way we have this record of the people that were there at the beginning and helped with the project. And those people will just continue to get access and benefits over time. So something that Aiden is working on right now is getting up the website for the sale. And this will display a lot of the information on how that's going to work. We'll have disclaimers on what to do, what not to do. If you want to talk super briefly on that, Aiden, if you have anything else to add.
Yeah, just that we're kind of going through what are the best practices for NFT drops. So what is the common denominators of a quality NFT drop? Large in part, it kind of comes down to making sure that all of the people that want to buy your NFT have the chance to, and that too, that people, when they go to buy your NFT, that they know exactly what to do. So we're kind of making sure, as I'm kind of building out the website, we're making sure that we include all of the kind of like to-dos in terms of like, don't send ADA from a exchange wallet. Make sure that you're sending in the exact specified amount to the address. Make sure to triple check the address, things of that nature, and making sure that all of that is kind of packaged in a way that's very easy for the user to consume, while also not clogging up the overall information pertaining to what the NFT is, what it provides to, what it looks like. So that website should be up. I'm working. That's kind of my big Sunday project. So I'm looking forward to doing that. My own form of art and my own form of kind of creative expression through that website, and doing my best to display the artwork that Annie and Michael worked so hard to create. So having a lot of fun with it, and we'll shoot it out to you all. And if people have thoughts, suggestions, or pieces of information that seem to be missing from the site, we'd love to hear your feedback. I'll post it into the peer review section of the Discord channel we got, and maybe you all can let me know if I missed something.
Cool. Thank you, Aiden.
Absolutely.
Another thing that we have in the pipeline that's connected to the founder NFTs is Cardano craft. So if you have one of the founder NFTs, you'll gain access to a Cardano craft treasure hunt, where we're going to hide a bunch of Cardano NFTs in different blocks in the server. And then by having one of the founder NFTs, you'll gain access to the treasure hunt to go and mine for the NFTs, which should be really, really fun to watch live and get a bunch of cool content out of it. I think it'd be just a overall fun experience for everybody. And then what we're doing is integrating Cardano into Minecraft so that people can mint land. So if you have one of the founder NFTs, you'll get first access to mint land in Cardano Craft. And then we're working on onboarding a lot of the NFT community and the NFT gaming community so that different projects can display what they have going on. People can go see their section, see their NFT. People can display their NFT collections in a shared virtual space. And we can kind of take some of that value that everybody got out of the Cardano virtual summit, where people could kind of network and chat in a shared virtual space, and then take that idea and build it inside of a Minecraft server where people can also display their assets, trade their assets, and things like that. So I just got this cool animation that I'm going to play for everybody. All right, so we'll have a whole bunch of content. We're going to post a Medium article today that gives some more information about Cardano Craft. And then that's connected back to the founder NFTs. So, yep, we got a lot going on. The sale is on the 23rd, and we'll be sharing a whole lot of information with the community over the coming days. So just, follow the social media outlets, and you'll get updates on everything that's happening. I think that about does it for the founder NFT part of the town hall. So I'm going to hand it back to Aiden to talk Catalyst.
Absolutely. So for those of you that have been following us for a while, like Ken Adams, who's in the chat, we are actively engaged and involved with Project Catalyst. So we attained funds back in Fund 4, and now we're back at it in the current fund number 6. We have 2 proposals in there, and we're actually feeling really, really good about these proposals. Ken knows what's up. These proposals are doing super, super great. The ones that we have are in the NFT business models. So talking all about kind of these NFTs that provide community access. So if you think about these founder NFTs, what are they? They're things that provide you access within Playermint's community, whether that be through a Minecraft server, in-game tournaments, actual in-product experience benefits, things of that nature. So they're almost our take on community access NFTs, but that is our proposal for Fund 6 for the NFT Business Models Challenge. That is all about, hey, let's give gaming content creators NFT tooling that they can use in order to create utility-driven NFTs that provide some sort of community engagement between content creator and fan. So that's kind of at least what we got going on in that space. We were super happy because we got the number 1 ranking in the NFT Business Models Challenge. So if anyone wants to check us out and either vote yes or no on our proposal, depending on how quality you think it is, you can head to the Catalyst mobile app and scroll down NFT Business Models, and we'll be the top one.
Love it.
Other than that, on the Fund 7 challenge setting sites, for those of you that don't know, one really cool thing about Project Catalyst is that one of the challenges in Project Catalyst is determining the future challenges. So proposals that go into this challenge do not give the proposer funding, but rather create a challenge, for example, like NFT business models in a future fund. So Playermint teamed up with Felix Weber of the Catalyst Circle and Marcin Kugla of the Ada Quest, which is also a fund, a Project Catalyst funded project. We decided to do something called Gamers on Chain, which is, kudos to Felix for coming up with that great name, but it's all about how can we onboard people into Cardano through gaming-based applications. So it's kind of our little, wish to hope. Let's create more gamers on top of the Cardano ecosystem, and how we can do that is by essentially creating some sort of fund in which people can, kind of submit proposals to and earn some funding. So we're hoping that $250,000 of the Cardano treasury will actually go towards helping to fund gaming-based applications on Cardano. So if you want to encourage the growth of these gaming-based applications, another proposal for you to check out. It's number 7 in the ranking, but it did get a 5 out of 5 review score. So we definitely did something right. And then the last item that I wanted to talk about, and I think we already have some questions in the chat that we'll answer as soon as we wrap up, is the Apex tournament with Charlie. Charlie 3 hit us up not too long ago and basically said, hey man, we sponsored a tournament in the past. We liked what happened. Why don't we do something a bit more, intensive, a bit more exciting, a bit more out there, and really get some full lobbies going with big prize pools and lots of attention, and kind of make it a massive Cardano event all around an Apex tournament. So we're teaming up with Charlie 3 to put together an Apex tournament. We're going through the logistics process, making sure that it's all feasible. So we haven't announced it quite yet in terms of that. It is 100% going to happen, but we're looking into the feasibility, the logistics, but we think it's going to be a lot of fun. And Apex Legends is teams of 3. So start thinking about who are those 2 people you're going to hit up to kind of, jump into the Apex arena and see who can come out victorious and win some CNFT prizes for doing so. But other than that, unless Grant or Josh has anything else they want to bring up, I think we can hop into answering some questions. I know we covered a lot today, so feel free to send your questions into the chat or throw them into, or just raise your hand in the Zoom call and we can answer them for you. But Grant, I think we have some in here for you regarding the NFTs. Raycom X is asking, hello, quick question. Why would anyone want to buy multiple founder NFTs? Is there perks and benefits for owning multiple purple and green founder NFTs, or one of each will do?
Yeah, hey Raycom. So there's going to be a bunch of utility, like I was speaking to, that come with the founder NFT. So for example, if you have more founder NFTs, then you'll get, say, access to mint more land in Cardano Craft. You'll have more of the NFT drops, and we'll be continuing to kind of give benefits to the people that hold them. And some of those will be in a situation where if you have more of them, then you're kind of gaining more from owning additional NFT. So 2 examples of that is, if you have the more of them that you have, the more land you're going to be able to mint in Cardano Craft, and then the more future NFT drops that you'll get, and we'll continue to add additional stuff as well over time.
Awesome. And another question for you, Grant, from Kartik. Since there is 1 NFT mint per transaction, can we use same wallet for 2 transactions if we're looking to buy 2 NFTs?
Yep, you can use the same wallet. You just can't send it from an exchange. So don't send it from like Coinbase or something like that. Send it from like a Nami wallet or a Yoroi wallet. Probably best. And we'll have just like a security disclaimer and information to make sure that everybody understands what they have to do on the website, and we'll also make sure that that is distributed like in Discord and Twitter and like everywhere, so that people are very aware of what you need to do and what not to do.
Yeah, and an additional note is that we are using NFT Maker Pro. So we've been kind of communicating with Patrick Tobler, that is kind of the founder behind it, for a long time. Actually, we've been kind of involved. We actually, Ken Adams hit me up a little while ago to ask about minting an NFT through the standard NFT Maker process, as NFTs were kind of getting into the swing of things. So we're using their service, and they have minted, I think they just passed the like 200,000 NFT mint line. I might be misquoting that, but something of the nature is they're kind of the go-to solution for all things Cardano-based NFTs for big mints like our own. And they have amazing kind of services that get compiled in that package, namely being that if, for example, all NFTs have been minted, which would be super great, that you would have an automatic refund occur. So if you sent the incorrect amount of ADA, or the NFTs had already been fully minted and you sent that ADA to the address, you would have the insurance that it would be fully refunded. And if for any reason it wasn't automatically refunded, Grant, myself, Josh, Jack, another member of our team are all going to be spending time in the Discord, and we'll be there to answer any and all questions. If there's any issues, it is our highest priority to make sure that anything that goes wrong, we make right. But we're doing everything we can on the front end side of things to make sure that nothing does go wrong. But if it does, we're going to make sure that everyone gets what they're due in terms of make sure that they're reimbursed ADA and make sure that they get their NFTs that they purchased. So we're putting in a lot of effort to make sure that everything goes smoothly on our end, because we definitely want to make sure that you all feel happy with the end result. But I mean, at least me personally, I'm looking forward to snagging up an NFT because I just love the artwork of it. Like someone said earlier, I think Chad, I want to say, said earlier, or someone said the idea of throwing it in a VR world, and imagine just like walking around, or maybe in Cardano Craft, imagine we make a more box version of the founder NFT, and that's in like the town square, and it's like a fountain in the town square. Like, how cool would that be? So yeah, long-winded answer there, but we'll make sure that the NFT sale goes well, and that anyone that has problems, we'll make sure that, you know, you all are treated well, and you get your money's worth. But great. Yeah. Does anyone else have any questions or things they want to bring up? Events that are maybe going on in their own world that they want to mention? This is kind of, I guess, you're all part of the town hall. So if anyone has any last bits that they want to ask before we close up here, feel free to raise your hand or shoot it in the chat, whatever works best for you. Awesome. It looks like we got a question. Hey there, you're welcome to ask. You've been unmuted. All right. Well, while GA gets all sorted there, Raycom has another question for you, Grant. Is there a direct website where we can access those NFTs?
Yep. So you'll go to playermint.com, and we're working on a website update, and part of that website update will be for the NFT sale. So you can go to the website. We're also going to be posting the mint link in our Discord, on Twitter, on all of our social medias, because all that you need is the ADA address to mint the NFTs. So it makes it super easy for us to be able to allow people, say if you don't want to go to the website, you can just go to Twitter or Discord as well.
Yeah. And then Chad, you have a question. What is the MC server? So that will be Java version of Minecraft, just because that's a little bit easier to kind of do plugins with. Grant has actually already spoken with someone, I believe on Upwork or Fiverr, that has done integrations with Minecraft and NFTs in the past. And we've also spoken with Randall, who's involved with Gimbal Labs, about potentially doing some stuff on the, kind of back end side of things. But we're also looking at just kind of gaining more information in the space. The Cardano Craft is definitely something that we want to do as a kind of whole blockchain community. So how can we, that's why it's called Cardano Craft as opposed to like Playermint Craft or something of that kind of language, something that's kind of like, hey, let's gather a bunch of really cool NFT projects and let's provide a mutual space where we can all kind of come together and have fun, and give the holders of these NFTs a fun way to interact with one another. So we're kind of working on it as a community, but Playermint's kind of leading the charge. And that's kind of something that is something that we're going to be continuously building out after the NFTs are minted. So that's something that will kind of be built out as we go. And then Raycom has another question, and then GA, we'll go back to you, see if your mic issues got sorted. Raycom asked, can we use an ADA wallet in Daedalus with no balance just for the founder NFT storage? So you're more than welcome to do so. However, one thing to note is that the wallet that you send the ADA to in order to purchase the NFT, that is the wallet that will receive the NFT back. So we're going to have essentially an ADA payment address that shows up on the website, and it's going to say, okay, hey, send 28 ADA to this address. You're going to send it, and then you'll be returned an NFT. So that's why we say you can't use something like a Binance or a Coinbase wallet, because what would happen is that wallet doesn't support native assets on Cardano. So the asset might get sent to that wallet, but that wallet doesn't support it. Therefore, the NFT would be lost. So using something like Nami, Daedalus, or Yoroi works, but just know that the wallet from which you send the ADA to, or send the ADA from, is the wallet that's going to receive the NFT. You can then move that NFT to your own wallet that might have 0 ADA in it, and that's all up to you. So you're more than welcome to do so. However, note that there are still transaction fees involved. So if you do move your NFT to a wallet that doesn't have any ADA in it, just something to be on the lookout for. Awesome. And then Ken is saying, displaying your NFTs, is that to display only your PlayerMint NFTs, or will players be able to display other CNFTs? So if you're referring to on the playermint.com profiles, Twitter's kind of doing this cool thing where they're creating an authenticatable way where people can, hey, I 100%. Yeah, go ahead, Grant.
I think he's talking about Cardano.
Oh, you're talking about Cardano Craft. Yeah, in terms of that, we're working with that Fiverr Upwork person that I mentioned earlier to see what is and isn't possible. So we're still working on that. Grant, you might have a little bit more info.
Yeah, so you'll be able to display, the idea is that you display whatever your NFT collection is, and also so that other projects can display their NFT projects. So, and we've already spoken to a number of them, like Drunken Dragon and Ada Quest and Cardania. So basically they'll come into the server and they can display their NFTs. So like the Ada Quest NFTs, the Drunken Dragon. They say they want to create a drunken tavern inside of the Cardano Craft server. So it'll allow different NFT projects to show what they're up to, or just Cardano projects in general. And then if you have a personal NFT collection that you want to show off, you can also build your structure and display your NFT collections as well.
Yeah. So a cool thing that might pop up is we all know like when CNFT or CNFT calendar, where people kind of display upcoming NFT drops. I mean, how cool would it be that you log into Cardano Craft and you're walking down, Town Hall, the main street area, and you see a new building being formed, and it's all for a new NFT mint that's going to drop. And then you walk in and, then you have a little chat with the founder who's building up like a cool building that displays some of their NFTs. And you kind of ask them a bit about the project, get involved in their, kind of Discord server, and go from there. So there's definitely a lot of cool ideas in terms of interactive ways for people to kind of mesh together. And I think more of what we had today with Annie and Michael, where maybe you get to meet the artists behind the project, and maybe even get to play a little Minecraft with them, go, dungeon hunting and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, Ken says an interactive marketplace, CNFT flea market.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And we can do really cool stuff with it too. Is like what happens when we start linking up in-game assets to blockchain wallets, and what types of cool stuff can we start creating, facilitating a trade of, oh, I have a bunch of diamonds, oh, I have this cool NFT, I'll give you my NFT for your diamonds, and have some sort of smart contract that create some sort of transaction where it's like, oh, I mined these in-game, diamonds in Minecraft, and you have this cool NFT that I want to buy, let's swap, in cool ideas. So we're trying to see what is and isn't possible, also making sure that things occur in a safe environment. So definitely stuff that we have on the radar.
Yeah, and it'd be super cool to do auctions in a virtual environment as well.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Great. GA, I've asked you to unmute. Let's see if we can get the mic going here.
Hi, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, you're good to go.
All right. All right. Yeah, I'm Jay. I've been following PlayerMin for quite a while. But my initial thoughts on it was very focused on competitive gaming. So I don't play much competitive gamings. So that's why I put PlayerMin on my back burner kind of thing. When you guys announced the Cardano craft idea of using Minecraft, I was that brought me back. That brought my interest back. So I was this is not a question. I'm just like giving my response about if you guys can continue to look into ways to integrate PlayerMin with casual games or like single player games and track player interaction. Maybe not performance because it's not a competitive game, but in a sense that you can track player interaction, or maybe like maybe I have no idea because I'm not really into creating games and things like that. But I just hope that maybe PlayerMin can look into a more casual side of gaming, things like that. That I think that would attract a lot more players because some players like me maybe are not into competitive gaming. That's just my response. Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally. That's obviously a big benefit of the Cardano craft, and we're looking to continue to do that and working with different game studios to help them tokenize their economy inside of games that are designed for more casual audiences. So, like the token systems for gamers that we're building out can create really cool play to earn dynamics for competitive gamers. Yeah, we definitely want to make sure that there's stuff going on for more casual players, like Cardano Craft, and other games to create cool blockchain environments. So and you're totally spot on just that impact a wider audience.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just in general, it'd be so much fun to have something like Minecraft really work, or something like Animal Crossing, or some sort of like kind of relaxing chill game that people can play, where maybe they don't have to be fighting one another for PMX glory in earning and whatnot. So I definitely agree. It'd be awesome to put together some sort of casual game for all the people that kind of want to have fun in that regard. And then I also think we can maybe even approach, I'm not sure if you'd consider it casual, but maybe even, games that involve some sort of competitive spirit, but in more of like a fun family party way, like, your Mario parties, your Mario Karts, your, NBA 2K games, things of that nature. I know those are still competitive by large, but something of the nature that can kind of support that casual itch, while also having a competitive spirit, because then we can essentially accurately gauge the gameplay performance, which it becomes difficult when it's casual, because if it's, for example, like interaction based, like for example in Minecraft, like how many blocks have you mined, then we run into problems with people kind of like, oh, I'm just gonna write a script and I'm just gonna mine a bunch of blocks in Minecraft so that I can earn PMX. But I think overall, just because that's a problem doesn't mean we shouldn't create a solution to it. So overall, your idea of let's support the casual gamer that doesn't want to play super competitive video games, but can still enjoy that PlayerMint aspect, I think is really, really great. And I appreciate that you're highlighting it. So thanks for doing that. Chad, let's hear it from you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I don't know who on here has heard of the game Kerbal Space Program.
Yeah.
But that is one of my all-time favorite games, and they're in development of the sequel of it. And apparently they're going to be opening up to the modded community even more than they have before, like on terms of like Minecraft and stuff like that. So being able to have something like that where we could have the entire planet, we could have Cardano space stations, across,
right?
It'd be really fun.
Yeah, I think that'd be super fun. And I know that game has a lot of kind of laughs baked into it. I've seen some YouTube videos of it. Having fun I guess I'm going back to that competition aspect because I like competitive gaming. But yeah, I 100% agree. Like, how cool would it be for everyone to go off and build their own spacecrafts and whatnot, and then maybe mint them as NFTs and
Yeah, and the thing that I've seen with it is, yeah, they were kind of, you can do a spy versus spy, a USSR versus USA, equivalent war game kind of a thing. But there's also going to be colonies and stuff that you can have, and there's apparently multiplayer that's going to be baked into the sequel, and so they're kind of setting it up to where, but yeah, and the part with being competitive and everything is even in it too, being able to like program missions in where you can actually have key points that you have to obtain, whether that be getting a certain amount of payload up to another planet or something like that. So you can actually objectify in some really cool different ways.
Very cool. Yeah, it's something that like wouldn't be able to just be easily scripted and done by a bot.
Correct. Yeah,
that's so cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to check out Kerbal Space Program. I might have to give that a play this Sunday night.
Once you're done, you learn orbital mechanics and rocket physics, and like, whenever you're watching the SpaceX launches or any of the NASA launches, like, and they start explaining like all of their jargon, it starts making sense to you. You're like, oh yeah, 2,000 meters per second, 18,000 kilometers above the Earth. Like, I know exactly what that means.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely need to check out. Grant and I need to go check out some Kerbal Space Program, see what we can do with it. Who knows?
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, thank you so much, Chad. I appreciate the support and the thoughts. Yeah, awesome. Well, does anyone else have any we're kind of closing up shop here. If anyone has any thoughts, I see Mondragon from YouTube is saying hi. Hey, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. But if anyone has any thoughts or ideas that they want to share, questions, this is kind of your time to do so before we wrap up.
I need myself a spaceship NFT.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some sort of Cardano project that's minted a spaceship at some point or another. I think Clay Nation or Claymates did something like that. I might be making that up though. But awesome. Yeah, I think we kind of answered everything. But for the people that are getting in their last questions, we're happy to answer them. However, if you kind of think of a question or something that you want to ask or get solved or just ideate or for example, do what Chad or GA did today, where they just kind of share a thought, a suggestion, we really, really appreciate it. And it definitely helps us out, make cool stuff for you all. And that's kind of our goal here. So if you have anything like that, feel free to join our Discord. If you're not already in it, send us a message and we can chat more. But yeah, other than that, I think we're probably going to close up shop. Steven, I really appreciate you jumping in. Sorry that Zoom link was a bit broken for you. I know you also finally got the Zoom link at the end here. But I really appreciate you spending time with us. So thank you all so much. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. As always, if you all need anything, feel free to message us and we'll do our best to help you out.
We got a whole bunch of information coming out partly on stuff like around the NFT sale as well. So there'll be a bunch of stuff coming out in the next few days.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. Thanks everybody for joining, and we'll be right back here next Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. And massive thanks to Annie and Michael for presenting. Really cool to kind of see the artist perspective and through your eyes. So thanks for showing up and helping us out with that.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys. It was great being here. It was great working with you. And
Yeah.
I'm very excited for the launch and very bullish for Player Mint in general. I think
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much, y'all. Have a absolutely wonderful rest of your day and enjoy the fellowship, Annie. That sounds amazing.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Okay. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
Bye.
Enjoy the rest of their days.
Yeah. Bye, everybody. Enjoy. Thank you so much for showing up.
Bye-bye.